get your small kids to eat stuff they don't even know they enjoy? It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio. Okay, here's one example. Here is a parent who knows their child would love salmon. As a matter of fact, they have eaten salmon. But you say the word salmon, they want nothing to do with it. But, there is a twist to the plot.
I don't like salmon. Salmon is fish. I'm not going to take not one chance of trying it.
Jack, you really won't try salmon if we cook it?
No.
I think you like it.
No.
Well, you ate all that beach chicken.
Not going to take a chance of trying it.
Well, did you like the beach chicken?
Yes.
Okay, so she's saying beach chicken.
Yes.
Which happens to be salmon.
She says, what does the beach chicken taste like? And he said, the beach? So he can tell there's a difference in the chicken. He just doesn't like the word salmon. When my boys were little, I'll admit it, we called pork, we called ground beef, we called it all chicken, and they would eat it.
That's all it takes. I know Scott had to do something to get his son Josh to eat when he was younger.
Same thing, and even my daughter Soraya, when she was little, if they wouldn't eat it, we would call it chicken nuggets. We would process it, patty it, form it, shape it, chop it, and make it look like a nugget, and call it chicken nuggets, and they would eat it. It could be anything.
You went through the whole process.
I had to make vegetables a game for Spencer. When he was like 5, 6, 7 years old, here's what I would do. I would say, listen, eat that pea. It's going to give you power. Protein is power. I would say broccoli is protein and protein is power. And I say, eat it and run to the couch and come right back. And he'd do it. I said, yes, protein is power. Eat another piece of broccoli. And he'd do it.
Oh, my goodness. That is an
crazy.
awesome game. So I did something similar with my daughter. To get her to eat carrots, I would say, oh, look at your pretty eyes. And so she would take a bite of the carrot, and then she would blink her little lashes at me. And I was like, oh, my goodness, they're so sparkly.
So the best way to feed a kid food is by telling them that it's from Starbucks, because kids love Starbucks, and if they think it's from Starbucks, they'll eat it.
So that works for your kids, huh?
It works for me, too.
Arby's. Oh, really? Mama Liz is in. Here's another open mic from the My HISRadio app.
My little boy hated baked beans, but he loved cowboy beans.
Oh.
Also, he hated mayonnaise, but he sure did love white sauce.
It's all in the delivery. It's like the menu description has to change a little bit for certain people.
Right? What do you actually call it? Is it mayonnaise? Yuck. But, man, that white sauce is amazing. And the
Give me some
cowboy
more.
beans,
That's my
so
favorite.
good. And what it does to you afterwards?
When my son was little, I tried to get him to eat meatloaf, and he sat at the table for at least an hour saying, I don't like it, I don't like it. Finally, I was like, just try one bite. If you don't want it, you don't like it, you don't have to eat it again. So he took a bite, and he loved it. It's one of his favorite dishes. Who would have known?
Here's an open mic. This came in through the My HISRadio app just moments ago.
When I first met my now husband, he would not eat any vegetables. So I took to making spaghetti sauce by shredding in zucchini and carrots and spinach. And he never figured it out until one day I made it without the spinach because I didn't have any. And he asked what was wrong with the spaghetti sauce.
That's awesome.
He's on to you now. But what a creative way that he likes spaghetti sauce now, because how you doctor it up.
Well, yeah. I mean, sometimes you just got to slide those things in so they get the nutrients. Here's what Crystal texted, and she said my husband would not eat Manwich or Sloppy Joes. So I kept telling him we were having Hamburger Joes one night. And so he's been eating them ever since.
Isn't that what it is?
Well, yeah, it just takes the word sloppy out of it. So evidently he's like a clean freak and he doesn't want to be sloppy.
I don't want to be sloppy. That's great.
My friend's husband does not like meatloaf. So instead of making meatloaf, she makes a giant meatball. And that he likes.
But it's still meatloaf.
you cut the giant meatball and do you still put the sauce on the top of it?
And
Some people
how did she present it? It's like, hey, sweetheart, I made a big meatball. I mean,
on top of spaghetti?
Meatball now.
Or no? Does she put chow chow on it, or does she put ketchup on it? Like, what in the world?
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
There are certain things that maybe those of us who might be a little older, and I'm saying, like maybe Gen X will do when we're traveling. One of those things is, and I got made fun of this by my daughter, when I went to Paris and I took a picture in front of Notre Dame, and then I posted it when Notre Dame was burning. If you'll remember, a couple of years ago. She's like, every single chick that has ever been to Notre Dame was posting their picture in front of Notre Dame. You got to stop doing this.
I get it. Yeah. So you were there way before it burned at that time.
Yeah, it's not like I was, doing duck lips right there as it was burning. I mean, yes, I was there a couple years before.
Yeah, look what's behind me.
Right? Exactly.
It's going up in flames. It's horrific, but I got my picture.
Exactly. And look at my lips. Don't they? Yeah. So she's like, come on, you got to take that down. So that's what maybe those of us in Gen X do. Millennials say they don't do it. Here's what millennials say they do. They get lost in the airport a lot. And Gen Xers are the ones that map everything out, get to the gate early, start making friends while we're waiting on the flight, passing out snacks. If you need something, I've got
Passing
something.
out snacks. I don't do
Yes.
that. I will say I do want to know where the gate is. And so I'll look and go, okay, if I'm at Terminal E at Hartsfield, I need to get to Terminal A. I got some boogieing to do.
Yeah,
I've never been to an airport. I want to know what the layout looks like. I don't map it, but at least I understand it, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. And as you're taxiing in, like if you've got a connection, you can pull up the map of the airport you're going into and see, okay, where is my connecting flight? I'll do that too. So evidently, this is now how millennials, Gen Z know that they're turning into their parents when they start showing up at the airport early or start mapping out where their gate is.
I wonder if it's the comfy shoes because Scott wears comfortable shoes, not the dress to impress kind of shoes when he's traveling.
No, I want my feet to be comfortable. If my feet are comfortable, then I'm comfortable. So I don't worry about the fashion. I just want comfort. So I'm putting on my tennis shoes and making sure that wherever I'm going to be there without sore feet.
I don't know when it happened to me, but I'm there too. I don't know when it happened because usually it was, I need really good looking shoes. Now I'm like, I really don't care.
Nope.
Give me my Hokas and I'm in.
Yeah. My husband, he's packing for our vacation. That's exactly what he's doing. I don't care what they look like. They better be cushioned.
I think I'm kind of in between Gen X and millennial. I mean, my age says I'm millennial, but, I'm married to a Gen X, and I tend to do more stuff like that the Gen X would do than the millennials. But then again, some stuff I do like millennials, like the whole selfie thing and, certain things. But going to the airport, I like to get there early and know what I'm doing, know where I'm going, and, make sure that I'm not rushed to get on my flight.
Yeah, that way you won't miss your flight.
Oh, exactly. I could not show up at the last minute. However, if I have a really early flight, like 4 a.m. or something like that, I'm not showing up quite as early.
I'm not going to get there at 2.
No.
Depending on what you look at, I was born in 1983, so I'm either Gen X or a millennial, depending on which research. I am somebody who always gets to the airport 2 hours early. If it's an international flight, I'm doing 3 hours early. I do not want to be late or miss my flight at all. That's something that scares me, is to miss a flight.
Recently I've been getting to places like 10 to 5 minutes early. I used to be like 20, 15 minutes early, but when it comes to the airport, no. I'm 2 hours early.
Oh my goodness.
There's that whole TSA thing, and then of course the international flight. I've only been on one international flight. No, a couple, but over to Europe, I've only been on one. And boy, did we get there early. I did not want to miss that puppy.
But listen, you freaked me out when you started saying 5 or 10 minutes. I was like, To the airport?
No.
For a flight?
No, not to the airport.
Whew, I gotta sit down, get my blood pressure down.
I just sent my daughter away for her junior year. I started getting her stuff together about a month ahead of time. However, she packed her clothes the day before.
See, that's the way it's done. You just have to wait. I mean, know the stuff that you need, and then I just pack just before we leave. However, here's something that I just learned. Liz's husband, Joey, is pretty much like me when it comes to packing for a vacation. I usually wait the night before or the morning of. For some reason, I don't know why, Liz's husband started packing, and their vacation's not until 9 days from now. Last night? Is that right? Last night?
Yeah, we started going through everything. Like I had packed a month ago. Probably more than that I started. And he did not. But he actually took his things because he wanted to make sure he had enough shorts, he had enough of this, enough of that. And he actually put it in the luggage. I was like, I cannot believe you're packing already.
Is this really Joey?
It is really Joey. I was surprised too. Man. Yeah. I had to go back through my stuff because the ratio of what I pack is so off all the time. I'll have 2 shirts, 47 pairs of pants. So I had to make sure I had enough of everything.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Tostada, the green burrito, the Mexi melt, the beef gordita, thank you, Supreme. The caramel apple empanada. I hope I said that one right. They're all coming back to Taco Bell, which I had no idea they were gone.
Oh, listen, I knew that empanada was gone. My husband and I literally just had a conversation about that thing, and I don't even know why it came up in conversation, but we were like, the thing that Taco Bell had going for them was when they had that caramel empanada, and then it went away, and we were so distraught.
Well, I had no idea the other stuff went away, like the tostada. I haven't been to Taco Bell in like forever.
Yeah, my boys love it. They have the app. They do the whole thing. But so I see what they order. But, with the caramel empanada,
What do you mean you see what they order? Do you use their apps?
No, when they bring it in the house.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't follow behind them like a GPS. Jess texted and said, look, every once in a blue moon, I start a craving with Taco Bell. She said when I go in, it's the Crunch Wrap Supreme unless she stays in to eat, and then she wants the Nachos Bel Grande. And I will say, that thing is so good.
It is. I haven't been to TacoEll in ages, and now I'm hungry.
I know, right? They should be opening soon.
Stuff they say is coming back. I haven't had a tostada in a blue moon.
Oh, I know. The caramel empanada is the one that I'm looking for. So I don't know what Brandy's looking for, but she messaged and said, girl, I almost broke my ankle running to the computer to investigate this Taco Bell nostalgia menu. She said it's only in Southern California. And
Wait,
here's
what?
Well, wait. So they're going to test it in Southern California. And then they're looking at rolling it out all across the country. So caramel empanada should be on the way.